All right, I'm out here with head football coach at Siena Heights University, Coach Kohn. I know you just finished up in there with Joe. We're just going to do a quick little preview video for the folks on our YouTube page, on the Siena Heights YouTube page. Coach, I know you guys got in a week and a half ago, something like that, right? Week and a half ago or so. So start out just like, how are the guys looking? How's the team looking? What are your kind of expectations for the season besides winning every game? Obviously, that's going to be one, but just talk a little bit about the team and how they look.
We've been looking good so far. I'm happy to say that after 18 practices, no significant injuries, just a few nicks, sore muscles here and there, and that's a big thing with us. We want to keep everyone healthy while improving at football, which is always challenging to do because it's such a heavy contact sport. So, been very pleased with that. Our practices have been extremely competitive. Guys have been improving on a day-to-day basis, so been very pleased with how camp's been so far.
All right, as a sort of an insider, I guess, for my job, I know we lost a lot of talent on the defensive line with some seniors. We had, I believe, our two biggest pass rushers came from that unit. We both graduated. I know we returned all of I think our whole linebacking core is from last year, who was really our leading tacklers coming back. We had Trayvon Claiborne, who was a NAI All-America honorable mention, who played really well. He's back. So I think the defense is pretty good, but can you talk a little bit maybe about the defensive line, how that unit's looking in practice?
Well, that was a big question mark for us. Coming out of last fall, had a lot of upperclassmen, a lot of physicality on that defensive front. We had some guys step up in our 15 spring practices, some guys that really didn't skip a beat when they came in, and those guys that continue to work hard this summer in the weight room and came back even more physical. So, I don't think we'll skip a beat there, but we're going to find out here when the Bullets are live.
Yeah. Going to the offensive side of the ball, we lost our career-leading rusher, Darius Davis, but we do still have Jared Jordan coming back, who did lead the team in touchdowns. Had a pretty good season last year. Yeah. Maybe not as many yards as he would have liked, but he was a really good change of pace back, more of maybe a physical runner, and scored a lot of touchdowns for us. So can you talk maybe a little bit about the tailback position and the competition maybe, and how the guys stepping up? And I know we got a couple pretty good freshmen this year at that position too. So
certainly, there's no secret that we like to run the football. We like to pound it. We like to mix a lot of different guys in there in the backfield. We've had a number of guys compete their tails off so far in these 18 practices. You mentioned Jared, he's one of them. Another is Caleb Jefferson. He's done a great job, and we've had 3 freshmen in Ethan Lepresto, Logan Murphy, and Andre Chennault, all really show some great signs so far. So we know we're going to have a lot of guys carry the ball for us. It's a taxing position. You're getting tackled almost every play. So we're going to have to do everything we can to try and stay healthy at that position.
And then on the offensive side, again, I know we have some senior guys at wide receiver, but we did lose some experience at that position. Yeah. But we are also returning our starting quarterback from last year, so that probably helps a lot. Can you maybe talk about the wide receiver core and how they're gelling with the quarterback unit, and even maybe the quarterback, Tyler Neck, his progression and how he's looking this year versus last year at this time?
Well, we got 3 senior receivers again. They may not have played a lot in games, but they've been in the program for 4, some 5 years. So they've been around a while. So there really isn't much to gel. They've been gelling with Tyler. Tyler did redshirt for a year, so he was throwing to those guys a lot on the scout team, and they seem to pick off right where those other guys have left off.
All right. And just on Tyler really quick, can you maybe what is the change been from him? Like, he came in last year, I know he redshirted, but he probably knew he was the starter, was competing for that job. Coming in this year to knowing probably he's the starter and he's the guy for this year, have you noticed from what his experience from last year, has he looked different this year in camp versus last year? Maybe look a little bit more sharp, a little bit like he understands what you guys are doing? Because I know you guys returned your whole coaching staff, so that's also got to be a big part of, the guys are familiar with all the coaching staff. They're familiar, the guys at least coming back are familiar with what you guys like to do.
Sure.
And they can help you guys pull the freshmen along, maybe help them adjust a little bit quicker. Yeah. But maybe just speak a little bit about Tyler, just how different, has he looked any different this year in camp versus where he was last year?
Well, we've had just tremendous competition at that position, and coming out of spring, if you were to ask me if Tyler was our starting quarterback, I don't know if I could have told you yes. We had another young man, Troy Kucha, who was a true freshman last year out of Jackson Luma Christi, 2-time state champion, had a great spring. So coming out of spring, we really had 1A and 1B. And if you ask me right now after 18 practices, if we played tomorrow, who would start? I don't know what the answer would be. So it's been another competitive camp. Having Troy and Tyler compete against each other, I think, has both risen both of their levels of play, and ultimately that's going to make our team better. We'll see who we play September 7th.
And off the top of my head, I do believe Troy did get some snaps for us last year in some time, so he has a little bit of game experience, which should help too.
Absolutely.
That's all I got for you, Coach Kohn. Thank you for stopping by and hanging out with us, and enjoying the fall preview, and good luck on the 7th.
Thanks a lot, Corey.
Yep, thank you.